Hello, everybody.
Hello.
We're in a different place over there. That's Patrick with LightBurn Engraving.
And that's Rich, the hobo with, the LA Hobby Guy.
That was good. I like it. And that is Steve. Look at his shirt. Check out his wood. Hobo with wood.
Welcome to
That was funny. We weren't prepared for that.
No, but we've all moved around. So where is everybody? But we are the Laser Makers Realm, and we're glad to have everybody here tonight. We got a lot of things going on, a lot of things to talk about. We're going to be sharing 2 different art libraries, 2 different files, and project designs are waiting for you to create some projects of your own. We're going to talk about what we've each done with those individually, share some of those ideas with you, inspire you to make some of your own creations. And then there's Rich. And then we've got some really exciting news we're going to talk about. And guess what? If you look in the background, you'll see Rolly's Lasermatic 10s, and behind all 3 of us, we're going to be cutting some of the projects tonight with our Lasermatic 10s. And Rich has lost his camera. But first, one of the art libraries we're going to share with you is going to be the artwork for the Zodiacs, the Cancer, the Geminis, and now my dog's decided she needs to go.
Say hi to the dog.
And we're going to also share some frames for framing photographs, artwork. And before we jump into that, I'm going to show you what I did with the artwork on the Zodiacs. And since I'm a Cancer, and first I want to thank everybody who supported me. I just celebrated my 1-year anniversary on YouTube. Many of you guys are in the comments. I've already seen you there, and I appreciate all of the anniversary gifts. But it's also my birthday month. I am a Cancer. So with the Zodiac, I created a Cancer design, and I put a clock-style face with all of the Zodiac images on it, featuring the Cancer in the middle, and then put a little saying there for the Cancer, someone who overthinks, overcares, and overloves. Of course, I'm going to put something nice on there. It's about me.
I've always been a fan of that Cancer because of the symbol.
Well, yeah, and the whole innuendo doesn't go past me. But you'll have we're going to share that all of those artworks for those symbols for you to be able to create your own designs, and we each have a different design that we created with the Zodiacs. But we also did some picture frames, and Rich shared with us some basic files, and we started with that and then elaborated on it. This was my first basic design, just for a little 4x6 in a portrait mode. And
you know what? That's how these look best, is a basic design.
And then I said, okay, let's make one in landscape. And I stayed with the basic design still, but I went with some of my hardwood. I used a zebra wood. Beautiful. And used some of my cardstock to create a matting of the. This is graduation that just happened, and the high school colors were green and gold. Hence the colors of the matting there.
Nice.
That turned out pretty good.
By the way, folks, we're not absolutely sure of everything that everybody else did tonight. So
yeah, we're all seeing, and this was my first time working with it. Go ahead.
That's why I might be in trouble, because mine's not very basic. I started on it this morning, since I just got the files yesterday, and I don't know, it took a little bit too much time, I think.
Well, don't worry, because I always over-engineer as well. But this one is a real simple, basic design. Got the little kickstand on it with a little hinge on it. And that was my first time working with this style hinge. I had to get educated from Rich on how to install that. And I'm going to make sure he shows and demonstrates that how to use it, because I couldn't figure it out.
I sure will.
It was quite simple.
Zebra wood's awesome.
But what I did do, I did the same thing Patrick's talking about. I ended up changing the file just a little bit, put a little arch on it. Instead of making it just square, And I said, okay.
How'd you do that? Is that with the distort?
That new transform or deform tool. Yep. That is the coolest thing.
It is. Yeah.
And then I said, okay. And then I made the mistake. Rich, you've got some that have a 3D effect. And I put the little bone on there, putting her name on there. But then I realized doing that, now this is going to be always a landscape. I can't do a portrait image because so I'm like, well,
that's okay. You made that one frame for that one picture. So
that style. But then Patrick, following what you said, and this was before Rich educated me and showed me how to use that real simple hinge. I said, okay, I'm gonna do something a little different. So this is my best dog ever, and she is. But by not putting the personalization on there, it can still be used either way.
Right.
But instead of having the folding hinge on it, I went a little crazy. It has a built-in easel on it.
Yeah.
Also have the alligator, but the little hinge that little pops out, and then you put in the little slots, and she's freestanding.
Very nice.
So
awesome. All
right, Patrick, over to you, brother. What did you do?
All right. Let's see.
Hang on 1 second. Before we go any further, we have 60 people that are here watching us tonight. You don't want to go anywhere tonight because we're all going to be using the Lasermatic 10, and we're going to tell you how you can get one as well. We're auctioning one. I mean, we're raffling one off. So don't go anywhere because we will get to those details in just a little bit. Sorry, Patrick.
Oh, that's okay. Let's see. I'll start with my Zodiac.
I love this.
Oh, this thing is cool.
So I took my Zodiac and
I didn't get a copy of the file yet. I need a copy.
I made 3 layers, and the bottom layer comes with a smiley face. So you see 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth.
I don't see him smiling, but go ahead.
Yep. Oh yeah. Well, it's a face. Put it that way. So that's your base layer, and then we have the second layer, which is the engraved layer. And then I took every Zodiac sign and put it on there. And this is called What's Your Sign? Spin to win or lose. So this can be a drinking game or a bars getting ready to close, to spin to see who you're going home with game. And then these little washers are what's cut out of the little smiley face, the 2 eyes. So that's your washers. And then there's your spinner arrow.
Yeah, but you didn't send me the file yet, so I couldn't make one. I want to make one of those. You need to send me that file.
Anyway, there's my Zodiac.
That's very cool.
I want to see the frame. Had a dog emergency, sorry.
My daughter's birthday is in July, so I decided to make this a birthday present for her.
Oh, beautiful.
That is nice.
Now, you see, this is the whole purpose of this. You're going to get these core files and do anything that you want with it, like what Patrick did here.
So I have, of course, the top layer cut out. I gave the corners a radius. Then I cut a mat with the plywood and then painted that white. Then I have the base, a spacer layer, and then the back.
Very nice.
And then, of course, these are cut out and collared. And then this
greens.
I wanted to give this a cool spray painted look effect. Yeah. So it was engraved, and then with the wood dye, purple over top of it, it made it real pretty dark. Then I went back with some white paste wax, and just with my finger kept dabbing it on there to give it a nice. See if I can focus on that instead of me.
There you go.
There we go.
Very
nice. A cool spray painted effect.
Yeah, it looks like a little airbrush look. Yeah.
You did 2 layers of happy birthday too. That's really nice.
Yep. Happy birthday has the first layer, which is that's colored with the laser, the nice brown color, and then the top was cut out and painted red.
Very nice.
So that is my picture frame.
Now, did you just ruin the birthday surprise by putting that on live stream?
No, I showed it to her earlier. That way she knew that I was going to show this in her picture on live stream.
When in July is her birthday?
July 18th.
I'm July the 7th. So before you guys see me again, I'll be completing another circle around this on this little marble spaceship.
And another thing I did this week, I thought would be cool to show, is I installed a 400 millimeter lens on my fiber laser, and that is a 24 by 24 piece of steel plate, cold rolled steel that I engraved and put my business info on.
Now, did you cut those out as well?
No, that's just 24 by 24 from. I actually got that at Lowe's.
No, I mean the rays, like, are those cuts or engravings?
Those are engraving.
Okay.
They show up gold.
That doesn't look that great on the camera, but you should see the video or pictures that I saw of it. It was very cool.
Yeah, it's hard to get the lighting right.
I think you put those on Facebook or something, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yep, they're up on Facebook.
Very good.
All right, I guess now let's see yours, Rich.
Yep.
All right, I've done several different styles, I guess you would call it, of this frame. These are actually frames that I did about 5 years ago. I was making a bunch of them on a CO2 laser, and then I stopped making them, and I guess maybe a year later or so, maybe a year and a half later, LightBurn came out. I never did import the file into LightBurn, and I decided to do that last week, and because it's such a great simple file. So let me show you I'll show you each one of them individually. So this one is hammered, and this one has the offset on the stand in the back. It's on the side, and you can see this is just a basic frame, so there's nothing here but the frame. And this is the hammered. Is it called hammered, Steve? The spray paint?
Rust-Oleum hammered finish.
Rust-Oleum hammered, and then it's got a lacquer coat on top of the finish, and the back has the leg over here is on the side, and my little brand. So that's one version, and I'm gonna move all of these off the laser because we're gonna actually do these live. And these look nicest plain. So this is just spray painted with silver spray paint. That's all that is, and a lacquer finish. So silver spray paint, lacquer finish, front and rear. This one's not finished yet. I haven't finished the rear. I actually haven't finished the front either. I haven't done the edges. I usually do the edges as well. So that's the second one. This is natural basswood. So you can just take and use natural basswood. See how nice that looks?
I still can't believe that kid's related to you.
Yeah, that's my son that lives in Japan. So that's natural basswood, and then this one was the most amount of fun. I did this one with my grandson, for his graduation this year. So this is unfinished. All we used on here were paint markers, and you can see it's got like a 3D look. He did the backgrounds, and he did put his signature on the bottom, and then it's got sort of like a 3D look because the graduate, the cap, and the degree over here is protruding, as well as the stars and the little cartoon character.
And Rich, so, I mentioned it to you earlier. That's the one thing that I'm almost jealous of. Almost between you and Patrick. These files are perfect for doing family projects and grandkid projects. I was out at Home Depot today, and there was a whole bunch of people out there building, grandfathers and kids building Home Depot projects. They give away, but these are perfect files for you guys to design and do with your kids and grandkids.
Yep.
I love that.
I'm just showing everybody that I also go around and sand and paint the edges so that, you know, it looks nice. And I actually was going to sand and paint this in a different color, but I forgot. I did it in the marker. Yeah. So there is the finished project of this. And that's something that, I mean, the kids absolutely love getting involved in these projects. So then I did, this is just a basic frame that you can make in 7 minutes. So, you know, real easy and fast to do. I was telling Steve last night that I made some for family, and as fast as I could get them off the laser and get them glued up, the next one was going. And this is just something a little bit different that is in the prototype staging right now. So everything, I can't get the whole thing in the picture here. Okay, so everything here is just another style that I'll be doing in the future. And this is a 12 by 12 with a 5 by 7. I just printed offline. So it does have glass.
All that border's laser engraved?
Yes, it is.
Man, that's nice.
And it's very finely detailed, and it's a particular shape. And actually, it took LightBurn about 15 minutes to process the G code on this file because it's an offset fill. Yeah. And if we look really closely here, you probably can't see it because of the reflection, but
it's got a scalloped edge.
Yeah. No, that's a separate offset backer on there. Oh yeah, this scalloped edge. Yeah. Yeah. So, but these were offset fill, so the laser went back and forth. It's got a distinct look to it when you see it in person. Yeah. So this one is still in the prototype mode, and this is not part of really the live stream. I just wanted to show you this tonight.
Well, you wanted to show off, and that's nice because as you know that.
Well, it's not really showing off. This is what I do. This is prototype. It's prototyping.
I would show it off. So.
Well, I've got 3 more ideas for that, so that's not even close to finished yet. Yeah. And then, well, to show off, I can show off with something like this.
Oh, no, yeah. Now you're just showing. You're not showing off. You're showing out.
Yeah. So this is, by the way, this particular sign is Taurus. It is included in the download that we'll have on the Laser Makers Realm, and we'll have the link below the video after the live stream. But this is 5 layers. I haven't finished the edging yet on it. It is 5 layers, Taurus. It's got a little secret compartment in the middle there. All 5 different layers are 5 different colors. I don't know how well this is coming out on camera.
It looks good.
Yeah, it looks good.
On the back, I have signed it. And way down here, it says number 1 of 5. And I think I'm going to make 5 of these of every zodiac sign. Now, this particular zodiac sign is not one of the base core files, but I did include it in the download. But I think I'm going to make 5 of each sign, and I'm going to auction these off. So there's that. And then finally, back here, this is part of those core files. This is what I did for my sign for a wall hanging for my bedroom. And which way is straight? Oh, it's kind of hard to figure out, right? So I like doing these things that confuse people. You know, is it like that? Is it like that? It's actually like that. That is perfectly straight. And this was also done in an offset fill. And maybe you can see it better in this one. The way that laser went back and forth. Can you see the pattern in there?
I'd use the same offset fill on mine. I didn't even talk about that, but yeah. And if people aren't familiar with that, this is a good time to get to know it.
Yeah. So this has no finish on it except for beeswax. So this is just a wax finish. So take a look at how beautiful this project can come out. Regular wood, beeswax. Isn't that an incredible difference?
Now, how many bees did you have to squeeze to get that much wax?
42. So this is beeswax and mineral oil and other waxes, even carnauba wax, are my favorite ways to take a piece of birch and turn it into something that looks like oak or, light oak. So this is another file. This will also be included in the download. So all of the base files are in the download. I'll show you those in a few minutes. Let me get all of this stuff out of the way because we'll actually be making these live tonight for y'all.
Hey, if you don't mind, can I show my project that was based on last week's, since it got destroyed last week?
No.
Yeah.
Since you're talking about offset fills.
Yep.
So if you remember, my project didn't finish.
Oh, yeah, the music
got
notes.
ruined.
Yeah.
So these are the music notes. I redesigned it, and everything's just colored with the laser. There's no stain or anything.
Greens.
So the other thing I did is this was also for my daughter. She plays the violin, and this is the Ides of March. I scanned her sheet music in and then actually burned it on there, but then made a several layer violin. So that was based off of last week's that I really didn't get to show.
Beautiful. You guys always like to outdo me, don't you?
That's
okay though. That's what this is all about.
It's not about trying to outdo. It's just trying to hang with you.
No, well, the thing is that it's really a lot. This whole channel is about taking a core file and making something beautiful with it. So I may not be really good at that, but together we all create all these different types of ideas. And that's what this Laser Maker's Realm is all about. So tonight you will be getting these free files. They will publish automatically in about 40 minutes to the lasermakersrealm.com. In the meanwhile, tonight we are doing a Rollei Lasermatic 10 only. I'm the only one that doesn't have mine lit up. I guess I should light it up.
There you go.
So we all have these beautiful Lasermatic 10 lasers. We're also going to give one to one of our viewers for free in a raffle. You'll find out about that a little bit later. So we're all going to be making a particular part of this file tonight on this channel live for you. And I'm going to not only make it, but I'm going to show you how to assemble it. All of the parts that you need are in the download file. There'll be a PDF in there that'll tell you where you can get all of the parts to make this, and it's not very many. It's just the turnbuckle, the turn pins, these little guys, and the hinges. And I'll show you how to put that together. And we're going to cover all that tonight in the live stream. But in the meanwhile, there is somebody in the green room who also has the beautiful orange laser in the background. And that is my friend from 3DHP, Jerry. So let's bring Jerry in from 3DHP.
Hey, welcome everybody.
Hey, Jerry.
Patrick, Steve, Rich, how is everybody around the world doing? Yeah, excellent. Look, I'm in a different room and I have a Rollei. It is awesome. I'm not in my regular room. I kind of move things around a little bit, but yeah, I've been having a blast with it. To date, this is the best diode laser I've ever reviewed, tried, or tested. I'm simply just loving it. And yeah. So
Jerry is an expert 3D printer, and I try when I can. I try and pop in on his live stream. He live streams every Saturday. I think it starts at 1 o'clock
Pacific. I stream for 3 hours today.
Yeah, usually he streams for 3 to 5 hours on Saturdays. They talk about all kinds of things. There's all kinds of people that come on his live stream, up to 10, 12, 15 people. And, if you're into 3D printing or if you're into laser engraving, he's there every Saturday talking about
resin, painting, CNC, a little bit of anything and everything. We even talk about food, a little bit of anything and everything. So we try to keep it lively.
And while we're talking about the Lasermatic 10, we also have in the green room tonight the administrator of my forum at LA Hobby Guy, and his name is Michael. You will know him on YouTube as Stumbling Bumbling Idiot. But on my forum, he has a different username. Welcome, Mike. Now, Mike is back in the woods somewhere. Doesn't have a good connection to the internet, so he's going to be behind us by 5, 6, 7 seconds. When I say welcome, Mike, for him to respond, we all have to sit here and just go do 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 do. So, welcome, Mike. Glad that you're here.
I could just start talking over you, and then all of a sudden I'll just join in at the right time. But yeah, my connection is bad out here in the country. There's not much I can do about it right now unless I can get the Starlink. But it's great being here. It's fun being here. Rolly's behind me, which probably just lost my video, and I had a blast putting it together and having a blast using it.
Okay, great. So Michael is here with us. Mike is the administrator of my forum. Like I said, he is the head guy over there and keeps everybody in line. So what we're going to do tonight, folks, is we're going to actually make this. We're going to make this file for you. I'm going to get started on mine right now. I think Steve and Patrick, are you guys making one tonight too?
Sir, yes, yep. Sir.
Great. So I'm going to be using, oh, I probably should cover the file first, shouldn't I?
Yep.
Okay. So let's cover the file if I can find it. So we have to go to.
I have 2 done. Whenever you want to see them, let me know.
Oh, Jerry, I'm sorry. Hang on. We'll put Jerry up while I look for that file. Hang on 1 second. Jerry, I didn't know you had any done. Go ahead.
Yeah. Rich sent me some files Wednesday, so when my materials came in the mail, I got one done right here, and I'll show you the back of it. See, back looks pretty good. It's 3mm basswood, and it's 2 layers thick. And these are my 2 best friends in the whole wide world.
Hey, I like them kind of friends.
Sandy and Nikita, every snack you make, every meal you bake, every bite you take, we'll be watching you. And I printed out the bones there, and you can see the little hearts are glued on there, super glued on. That's kind of a 3D effect. So I took I engraved it, and then I took yellow spray paint and painted it. And then I went and printed out some little bones, and I glued them on the front, and I also spray painted those. And that's my 2 dogs there, Sandy and Nikita.
Yeah, so we can now combine laser engraving and 3D printing, which we've always been able to do. Go ahead, Jerry.
I almost thought about nothing is 3D printed on this, but I thought about 3D printing a Betty boot on my Bamboo Labs and multicolor and making a little tiny Betty boot. But I figured, look, I'll just do it all wood for this. Then here's another one I made for my wife. She went on her first cruise ever. So there's a picture of my wife in the black, her cousin, her stepmom, and her sister. And it says, live, love, laugh. I found a picture of a cruise ship, Carnival Vista Horizons Dining Room, April 2nd, 2023. Now, the Carnival Vista, I originally had engraved it, but the minute I took hand paint, acrylic paint, and I painted over that, I covered up my letters. You couldn't read it. So then I went back and I reburned them. I engraved them, cut them out, and then I glued them on. And that's kind of a 3D effect. Now, I found a cruise ship online, and I stretched it in LightBurn to make it look like a long cruise ship, and glued that across the top. And that's also a basswood, 2 layers thick. And she wants to hang this on the wall, so I'm going to put one of those hanger clips on that Rich sent me, and then she can hang it on the wall. But yeah, that's what I have to donate out of, for the show, talking about pictures. And I think it's the ideas I came up with. I don't always come up with the best ideas, but a lot of guys here on this channel have a lot of great ideas.
Those are awesome. Those are awesome. That is what this whole live stream tonight is all about. Is personalizing these.
Yeah, I'd like to show one other thing I'm working on that I haven't showed yet. I have a new logo that a lot of you probably know.
On those.
Go ahead.
Oh, I love their choice of colors on those frames. Those look very nice.
Oh, thank you. I have a new logo that I got, I just had made up recently. So I took one of the 12x12 mirrors that I bought at Lowe's, and I engraved my logo on it. Took around 15 hours. Now in LightBurn, I've done one test pattern, looked at the results to see it's not a picture like Steve did. It's my logo. So I found a picture that I really like, one of the test patterns I like. So I engraved the back of it. Took around 15 hours. I took some 2x3s in the garage with my skill saw, and I ripped a slot the width of a skill saw blade to slide this in, but it's very tight, but it will go. So I glued up my frame, screwed it together, left the top off. I'm tapping it in with a wooden mallet upside down so that the glass is actually on a wooden table. And I got down to the last 2 inches and it broke. And I spent like 45 minutes banging on it. My wife was yelling to quit banging. Well, I finally quit banging when the mirror broke. And I knew better. I knew that,
high, by the way.
So I started another one. It got done this morning, took another 15 hours and something. And I left the laser unattended when I went to bed. But it's in a metal frame on a metal bed with a piece of glass. There's nothing to burn. So after every couple hours, I'd wake up, I'd come in and check it. It was fine. And I went ahead, I left it unattended pretty much, but it came out great. Then I took the wood out in the garage. I put it back on my table saw. I took that slot and I ripped it wider. So now it's wide enough. So once it dries in the morning, I'll put the screws back in it, slide it in. I'm making a light box. And then it'll light up and change colors when you see the back of it. So that's my idea for people here.
And those, Jerry, those are my favorite mirrors, are those 12x12s that you get from Lowe's.
And don't forget, folks,
nice quality. They're real thick.
Yeah.
Don't forget that Steve just did a very long, detailed series. 2
videos. I've got
one more to come.
A summary to follow. It'll be a short summary of the 2 videos.
Yeah. So he's already done these 2 long videos already. So if you haven't seen those on the mirror engraving images, not something I would want to do. But you know, it's if you're into engraving images on mirrors, I prefer to do vectors. Those are the videos to watch. He did a really good job and spent a lot of time and money.
I didn't do a zodiac, but I am a Gemini, and I just had a birthday. So everybody in chat, I'm reading your comments. Everybody here sees your comments. We may not respond to them immediately, but we're reading all the comments. So don't think we're overlooking your comment. They're all being read. They're all being read.
Yeah, I'm actually not reading the comments, but we'll get to some comments later if we can.
We'll go through comments while everything's burning.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's more
I have a mirror video for fiber lasers on my channel. So if you have a fiber laser, I have a how-to video burning mirrors.
And that's something we kind of are hoping we might be getting into with some fibers too later, right?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Because I love watching those fibers work.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So this is what I'm going to try and do this again. So we're going to share a screen, and it is a window in LightBurn, and we'll see what happens. There we go. I got it. I shared that screen successfully. So this is the core file. Can everybody hear me okay? Because I don't have my portable mic on.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, good. I'm going to have to actually stand up to see this. It's on the big screen over there. So this is the core file that you're going to get with the download tonight. And there are 2 tool paths. So you have the 12-inch tool path here, and you have the 200 by 300 because these are the 2 most popular sizes for this. And that's why I included those tool paths. Over here, you've got the 3.5 by 5. This is the top layer that you would cut 1. The bottom layer, you would cut 1 if you're using 6mm wood, or you'd cut 2 if you're using 3mm wood. I'm going to show you the 3mm wood tonight, so it's not confusing. And I'm going to show you a foolproof way to assemble it so that it is always going to be a perfect fit, and you're never going to have a problem.
And you don't struggle like I did.
Yeah, and you don't struggle like Steve did. Yes. So I don't know. Did that help you when I showed you how to do this?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and in fact, you'll need to make sure that when you cover that, to cover the distinction difference between, in fact, between the kickstand and portrait or landscape mode.
Yes, I will. Yeah. I will do that. So we have the 3.5 by 5, and then we have the 4 by 6, and then we have the 5 by 7. And the way I've set this up, for the Lasermatic. So if you grab one of these, let's say you're using a 12 by 12 wood, you grab one of these over here, they're grouped. Just hit this top corner up here, way up here at the top, top corner. And then I've got it set up where if you go 3 millimeters out and 3 millimeters down from the edge, you will absolutely have a perfect burn just by taking that 12 by 12 wood, slipping it up into the top left corner on the honeycomb and hitting start. No framing, no nothing. You know, I mean, it's going to come out absolutely perfect. So that's the way this is designed. Now, when you're done with this, just hit the undo button because you don't want to damage the file and send it back where it came. And if you're using the 200 by 300, I did include an example. If you do need to do these different sizes on 200 by 300, you will need to ungroup them and do the back over there. But remember, this is the key. The sub layers, 3 millimeter wood, you'll need 2, and 6 millimeter wood, you'll only need 1. So 1 of each for 6 millimeter wood, 1 of this, and 2 of these for 3 millimeter wood. That's what I'm going to be demonstrating tonight. So the art library, this is the art library right here. We bring this, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I hate when LightBurn does this kind of stuff. I'm going to put it back down over there. Bring it over here and make it bigger. So here in the art library, I've also included the file that I showed you earlier that I did of Taurus. And I've also included the little wheel that you see that you can do whatever you want down here. So all of this is in the art library. It's also in SVG form if you don't use LightBurn. And there's also an instructional PDF in the download. All this will be in the download. So, okay.
Are you doing a separate file with just the 12 figures in them for the Zodiac? Or is that in there?
No, that file will be for sale. You mean for the finished bull that I did?
Just the individual figures there. The Taurus, the
I don't
Gemini,
know.
the Zodiac that we talked about.
These? Oh no, that file. Oh, you know what? That file's not in here. I'll have to amend that.
Yeah, because that was what we were going to do first. And that's what spawned these.
Yeah. So what happened was I didn't put it in the. I didn't put it in this file. This is the one you talk about right here.
Yeah. Just
I wound up doing all of these layered graphics, and then I forgot to put this into the other file. I will fix that after the live stream. So, in fact, I'm not going to do that on screen, but I'll fix it and I'll upload it sometime tonight. If you want, you can wait till tomorrow to download it. That way you get all the files. I completely forgot about that. But anyway, so this is how I'm going to get started. I am going to take and change my toolpath to, I'm going to use the 200 by 300 tonight. So I'm going to move this one out of the way. And I'm just going to grab this one over here, hit top left corner, just like that. And then I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 millimeters out, 3 millimeters down. And I don't necessarily even have to have the tool path because, you know, I could have just grabbed these 2 graphics. But I'm just showing you that it is included. And then all I'm going to do is come down here to my library. I'm going to go to plywood down here. I'm going to go to the 3 millimeter cut, come to my cuts on the red, hit the sign, and this shouldn't be way up here. It should be down. Come on, slide down, will you? All right, never mind. It won't slide. Put you down on the bottom there. So now, but this is only a cut, so it doesn't make a difference. So I'm just going to go put the wood in here, and I'm going to, and did I sign that? Yes, I did. I'm going to hit start. So actually, you know what? I can change my cameras and go to not that camera, but this camera. And that is the Rolly Lasermatic. So I'll put that up on the screen and I will show you now how I put the wood on. I know you don't have to know how to put the wood on, but I'm just going to show you how I do this. And I'll actually start this job. So I do need to focus this, by the way, so let me do that really quickly.
Rick's in China. He's upside down.
Yeah. I got to choose my COM port. Let the laser connect. It looks like it might even be focused.
Have you guys seen this video tweak out?
Yeah, the camera's.
Huh.
It's because it's up in the air. There we go. Is that better? Yeah, it's my everything in here is on hubs. So this hub wire right here. It should get better because I just let me see. Okay.
The way those lines were scrolling up the screen, it reminded me of the old tube style TVs. You remember that?
Yes. The CRTs with the horizontal hold and the vertical hold. And
yep.
Sometimes the best way to fix them was just to smack the top of it.
Yep. I am just going to switch cameras again. And of course now StreamYard has stopped my camera.
Why is that going so slow? Jeez.
I know. No.
Now, hopefully that fixed the problem. No, it didn't. But anyway, you'll get the idea when I hit the start button. Let me turn on my air assist.
Hey, puppy.
That is my, I think it's some kind of problem with equipment here in the shop.
I say, hey, puppy, my dogs come over.
My neighbors are shooting off fireworks, so somebody's got to be right here.
Okay, let's do this. Let me make the picture smaller so it doesn't. It's definitely where the oh, I see it's plugged in here to this port. I think it's this cable because I've ran it over with my my chair several times today. The wheels from my chair.
Yeah, I lost the cable like that 25-foot long. I kept walking on it, and I had to try to reroute it now when I hooked it tethered to my PC.
Oh, I see. No problem. That fix it? No, that didn't fix it.
Steve, what's your dog's name? Chat's wondering.
Her name is Good Girl, but we're lazy and we use her initials GG.
GG. I like it.
And I had no idea that ladies used GG for grandmothers until after I'd already named the dog. Or actually, her name's Good Girl, and I'm just lazy. GG.
So to share the settings on the Lasermatic, I use the actual library file. So the one that I created, and I've got the cut at 250 millimeters per minute, 100% power.
No, stay.
So that's what you see happening live there, right now. I wish that was, I need to switch the cables, but can't do that right now because it'll cut me out again.
It's okay. Now, something I do that I don't know if either of y'all are doing, because we're all using the same hardware, on my very back layer, I use my laser to drill the holes. Actually, in both sub layers, I drill the holes for my hardware.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I'll be back.
Patrick, have you started your I don't see yours moving.
Yeah, I'd started it and something screwed up, and now it's not responding. So it could be my computer. I think LightBurn might be hung.
Actually, you know what? I can switch cameras here like you're doing. Let me do that.
Here's that Eiffel Tower that I did from Rich's files. Came out perfect, no charring, no burning. Very fragile.
Very nice.
And yes, I did get these backwards, Rich. I glued them together, and I had the slots backwards, so I had to cut this and then make sure they lined up before I glued them together. But that came out beautiful. And there's another maker here in Las Vegas. So he was on my live stream earlier today, but I just met a few days ago online. His Rolly came in the mail today.
Oh, nice.
He ordered one also.
Is that better?
Yep.
I think that camera was doing that because I've run over that extension cord like 20 times today. But it doesn't really matter, you know, seeing the actual burn. What matters is the assembly and putting it together. But I'm going to go ahead and do all of these pieces so that you can see it start to finish. And all I do in LightBurn is just hit the undo button to get back to where I was.
And what I do, Rich, instead of I will select the image I'm wanting to cut, Control D, duplicate it, hit that corner button, send it to the work bed. When I'm done, select it, delete it. I've never moved the original file.
Yep, you can do that too. Good idea.
I was deleting them, dragging and dropping the next one in and trying to line it up with my mouse. I didn't know about that top left framing. Because like I say, I got so many hobbies. When I learn something, I tend to forget it if I don't keep doing it. And then I move on to something else and come back at a later date.
Yeah. Well, that's okay, because that's what we're all here for, is to learn new stuff.
I had a USB error or something. Something with LightBurn. So flip it over and restart.
Yeah. Yeah, since 1.4, there's been a lot of people that have been having USB errors, so don't feel bad.
All right, let's see here. But yeah, actually, on both of my sub layers, whenever I'm creating my design, I will position or pre-drill the 4 little swivel dogs that you put on there and the alligator clips.
Yeah.
Those are 3mm screws. I just cut out 2mm circles, and it makes assembly much easier too.
That's a good idea.
You've got your trick about how you align it up. This aligns it, goes to screws. I just copy and paste those alignment holes from one sub layer to the next. When I screw it together, she's perfectly aligned.
Okay, so here is the first layer. I don't know how well you can see that, but that is an amazingly clean cut. So I've got the first layer, which is the top, as well as the stand. And I'm going to put this off on the side. And I'm going to drop in another piece of wood. This is what I like about this. And I learned during this process when I was making some of these for family that I can do one of these complete every 10 minutes.
Yep, no charring, no yellow residue, nothing. It comes out perfect.
Yep. Yeah, it comes out absolutely perfect. Sometimes you get a little flashback on the backside because I have the settings a little hot so that they work for lots of people with different materials. So sometimes I get a little flashback on the back of it, but you can just wet down a cloth and wipe that right off. People think that flashback is actual burning. It's not. Let me get a paper towel and put a little water on it, and I'll show you. So can you see the flashback on this one?
Yep, on that edge.
Yep.
I am currently running a fill at 8,000 millimeters per minute.
You see that that's mostly
all gone. Yep.
Mostly gone now. Yep. And you can also just give it a swipe. Be really careful if you're going to use sandpaper with this 3 millimeter ply. But you can give it just one swipe with like a 320 grit. What did you say, Patrick? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
My Rolly is running a fill at 8,000 millimeters per minute.
What are you making?
The picture frame.
Oh, you're engraving on it? I'm just doing the base frame.
Yeah,
what I do is I save the cutouts.
Yeah.
So I'll save all of these pieces right here. And later on, I lost my camera. Yep. I think I stepped on the, it says your camera was unplugged. Yeah, I stepped on the USB. Hang on.
Yep, all scrap. Save it. You'll need it for something like my dog bones or the little hearts. You know, little scrap can go a long ways. We need it.
Now
don't have to use a big piece.
Now the beautiful thing about these Lasermatic 10s is what Rich was going to show you is he does the same thing I do. Well, you cut these out, you have the base template, just the basic frame. But since you've got your original piece you cut out, you can always lay that right back in the corner, drop that cutout piece right back in, and add your design later.
Yep, that's what I was about to say. Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, I knew
I got to the technical difficulties.
Yeah, I knew that's where you were headed because I was about to say the exact same thing. Great minds, you know.
Yep, that's the way I do it. I always engrave later because I usually don't know what I'm gonna engrave until later.
So Carl down in Florida gives you a thumbs up and a nice video on cleaning your Rolly 10 today. Your Rich.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so if any of you people out there already have one, I did do a complete cleaning video today. It looks like my problem resolved on my Lasermatic camera.
And Army Dogs is hoping to win one of those bad boys in the background.
We will be giving out the details on that in just a little while.
Yep. We already talked about there is a raffle for a new one.
Yep.
There's some exciting things happening about these in the background too.
I was wanting to show off the fill capabilities of this as well as how fast it can run the line after a fill for detail.
This is an amazing laser, and one of the best things about this laser is the fact that everything is so precision. So the honeycomb bed, if you pick up the honeycomb bed, it doesn't twist and turn. When it lays down into those standoffs, it's at a perfect height, so it's completely level, front to back, side to side. You get the most consistent engraving all the way across your work area because of the precision of this machine.
So Army Dogs is hoping he gets one of those, and Jim McCall replies to Army Dogs says, "Hey, you can have the second giveaway because the first one's coming to Idaho."
Oh, we have information on that too. That's why Steve's chuckling.
All right, let's see. Just trying to go through some of these comments.
We really have a major announcement about this later. So
yeah, guys,
just hang in there.
Yeah,
the line after fill on this cake is really fun to watch. So you'll enjoy that.
Oh my God, it's really fun to watch the line after fill. I do mine at 12,000, and I just sit and I love to just sit there and stare through the glass. Okay, so there we go. That one's finished. And the problem with this LightBurn camera is that now you can't see my regular camera. So, all right, I'm gonna take this one out.
If you go to frame something after homing the Raleigh, it's really fast. It really travels fast across the bed.
Yeah, there is no framing with this.
Yep.
When you know how to use one of these,
yeah, I think I've stopped
framing.
I've stopped framing altogether.
Okay, so now you've seen that camera cut, so I'm going to switch cameras again. In fact, I can just add a camera, I believe. Hang on one second.
Now, my line after fill isn't 12,000. It's running slower because I want it really dark so it pops out. do any paint to it.
And guys, if you're not using that line after
die.
fill, they need to be. That's how you get your detail.
Oh, let's see. For some reason, it's not showing me my.
Oh, it goes right back over everything and outlines it. I see.
Yeah, that is that's crucial for really making those designs pop.
Okay, I got a full technical issues here tonight, guys. So just hang in there with me. There we go. Now let's see what is going on. I think it's my computer. It's got to be my computer. Let's see.
You can reboot and come back. It'll still be live.
Yeah, but that never did. This is ridiculous.
So there's my first sub layer, and you notice I've already got all my holes positioned and ready for all my hardware.
Okay, this is not on my end. This is on StreamYard's and it's having a problem processing the video. It's probably my upload speed or something is going on. So let me see if
Hello, Kate. Kate mentioned that she had a birthday this month too. I think she said, yeah, hers is on the 5th. So another Cancer there. V Rich, 18th. Let's see. Ella's son's is on the 15th. My mom's on the 28th. My mom's 28, 27, 28. That's bad. I don't remember.
okay. This is crazy.
All right. Army Dogs had a question. Is the 3mm wood perfect for the frames? It is. That's why you do the two sub layers.
Yes, it is. It is specifically designed for this. Okay, this is crazy. StreamYard is giving me all kinds of problems. I will see if leaving your browser cannot access the device. Okay, I'll be right back.
Carl, he asked about where do we get the hinges for the stand. Carl, he mentioned that when he does have this file ready for you to download, he will have attached to it a PDF that has a list of all of the different hardwares and where you can get them, links to. He was kind enough to, so we were all working from the same base platform. Nice little packs. It's got the hardware, the screws, little tabs for locking the back of your picture in place, and also a box of these hinges that I can't wait for Rich to show you how to use.
Oh yeah, well,
these here, they'll be, that's what's going to be in the PDF, right, Rich? Where to get all this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Carl, just look for, whenever you go to do the download, look for the PDF. That will have all that information in there.
We need LMR affiliate link for those things.
My second frame, when I took my rubber/plastic mallet and I tapped it on there, it held briefly and came off, so I had to lay it back down on the table and smack it a lot harder and drive it in real hard. And then it stayed, but I don't want to mess with it too much.
Yeah. Well,
I can't believe that this is doing this to me. I'm really getting aggravated now.
My last truck was a Ford, and so I'm not bashing Fords. In fact, my last 3 new vehicles were all Fords. But I told Patrick the other night whenever we got to talking, Rich had stepped away, and I said, just wait. I said, this right here, this is going to be a perfect opportunity. Rich would be the perfect Ford mechanic because his favorite tool is a hammer.
Yeah. And it wasn't, but just that's so funny. Just a few minutes later, he brought out the hammer. It's like perfect.
Okay, so that's not.
That is a nice one. Is that an S-Wing?
No, it's called a Vaughn. I think it came from Lowe's, 12 ounce. Even got a flag on my notice. So made in America, man. Made in America.
Sweet.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, in the garage, I have a lot of S-Wings. I got a ton of S-Wings. My wife's like, well, why do you have so many hammers? You got 5 or 6. Well, you misplaced one, so you buy another one. You're on a job site, and you left it at home, so you bought another one. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why you have so many hammers.
Army Dogs, you want that? Army Dogs asking, have you ever milked a bee? I don't think he milks them to get that wax. I think he squeezes them. I don't know.
Okay, so this camera is not going to. I tried to trace out that wire. I have no idea where it goes and where it plugs into the computer. I'm going to try this, and I never heard it reconnect, so I'm going to try this one more time. Right now, I can share all the other ones, but it will not. There we go. Okay, so, can you imagine? We finally got the camera working. Okay, so can you guys still hear me, I hope?
Yep.
All right, good. So here we go. All right, so this is the entire assembly. Let me get this one out of the way. I was going to show you on this one. But
First thing you need is that hammer right there.
Yes. Okay, so the hammer. This hammer was donated to my channel by Mr. Bruce Parker.
Thank you, Bruce Parker.
He sent me 2 of these.
Oh,
so I'll be hammering away. The thing is that I don't like to use big hammers unless I really absolutely have to. So let's get back to this. So you have to remember how you take these off the laser. It is important. Okay, so for these all to fit properly, this is exactly the way they came off the laser. We've got these 2. The first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you the trick to putting these together that few people, I guess, know about. So all we're going to do is, and we're going to do this whole assembly live, by the way, and it doesn't really matter. I know you've seen all the woodworking channels on YouTube and how everybody tells you how important it is, how you spread it out. You got to use all kinds of special tools and all kinds of crap like that. None of that's actually true, because we're going to get a perfect glue up here tonight, and I'm going to show you the trick. So we're going to start by just clamping 2 sides of it. As you see here, it looks pretty good, but it's probably not. I'm going to take this, and you can't see that, so I got to move the camera back, put it on the edge of my bench like that. You have to have a flat surface, okay? Now, you would typically put something on top, give it a shot like that. I'm going to do it without it because I just want you to see this better. So we're going to give 1 shot to that, flip it around, this side, put it flat. There. It is perfectly aligned. Absolutely perfectly aligned. Now we can take, and now in this part, you can put as many clamps as you need, want, whatever you want to do. You can clamp all the corners. We're just doing a demo tonight. So we'll do this, put it out of the way. So that one is now done. And we're going to do pretty much the same thing with this. Again, the orientation matters. So be careful how you orient this. The glue doesn't matter. This works perfectly fine for any picture frame. I used it for years, never had a single one fail on me. And we're going to do the same thing with this. We're going to take and just put them together. Grab our 2 clamps. Put our 2 clamps on like that. Put it on the edge of the workbed. 1 shot like that. Flip it around. 1 shot like that. You see how that aligned? Bring it this way. 1, 2, 3. And this is now perfectly aligned.
Can I mention something how I did mine?
Yeah. Hang on 1 second. Let me just finish with this so that we can get these clamped up. In 5 minutes, these 2 over here will be ready to use. And now let me get out of the full screen here so that Jerry can say what he needs to say. And let's go back hang on. I'm putting you up there, Jerry.
You don't need to full screen me. No, I just use, like I do with my models. I put super glue on one side, spray activator on the other, set them on the table, line them up on the edge, fold them up together, and they're done and ready to move on. That
never works for me.
But if you misalign it, then it's game over. You got to go laser. Yeah, got to make sure you get it lined up right. If you're going to put activator on one side and glue on the other and slap them together.
Well, you do live in Vegas, so you probably like to gamble.
Yeah, that is, by the way, that is a big gamble, by the way. I find that the regular Elmer's school glue that I just showed you in the glue up works perfectly fine for all indoor projects, and it's permanent. I mean, it's not something that's gonna. And after 5 minutes, you can handle it. So
it's been a long time since I've been in school, so I didn't know. I have Elmer's glue around. I didn't know how long it would take to dry.
Well, and that particular Elmer's glue, and I think this is 4-ounce bottles. I buy that in 12 packs for like $5. So you got all the glue that you'll need for a long time. My preferred glue is Type Bond 3 or Type Bond Ultimate, but I only use that when I'm making big projects or something that's going to go outside, in the elements or in a high humidity environment, or whatever it might be. That Elmer's school glue is perfect for just about everything. And one of the beautiful things about Elmer's school glue is that when you close it, if you remember this from school, when you close this, the plastic tip pops out.
Wipe it off.
You can wipe it off, and it's going to be perfectly ready to use next time. Plus, not only that, this dries clear. So if you have any that comes out, you can always either shave it off with a little knife or scratch it off with a screwdriver, but you don't have to even worry about it because you won't even see it. It dries clear. So that's another nice thing about using that particular glue.
Jump over full screen on mine. And
full screen or just a big guy?
Yeah, there you go. So instead of using the hammer, the Ford tool to tap to get mine square, like I said, I pre-drill because the thing I struggle with my short little fat fingers, those little 3mm screws, to put them on that frame and then trying to get them in there, and then plus we're working with 3mm plywood. You need to go through 3 pieces, and if you get too close to the edge, you could even split your plywood. So I pre-drill everything, and by pre-drilling it, I put those screws in there, and because everything's going to line up perfect.
I've got a trick for that too, don't you, Steve?
What?
Putting the screws in?
Oh, well, another hammer.
No, I have a trick for putting the screws in. Has nothing to do with the hammer. You'll see in a minute. But in 5 minutes, when that glue up is finished, I'm going to go ahead and assemble this, and you're going to see what I'm talking about.
You got a power tool.
Yeah, don't give away. Come on, Steve. What's the matter with you? Jeez.
But by here, I'm just using my little handheld screwdriver because it's all pre-drilled, ready to go. And since since it's a template, it's saved. You don't have to figure it out once, and then it's done.
Yeah. Now I am going to say something about using a regular screwdriver. Is you don't want to just use any screwdriver. if your screwdriver does not match
the
size of your screw, you're going to be in trouble. So if that screw doesn't stay in that screwdriver, then you can't use it because it doesn't fit the screw. Okay. So look, I can't even get it out. See, I'm trying to get it off, but it won't come off. Okay, I'll take it off my hand. But if you don't have the right screwdriver, you can't do it. Second thing is, if you're going to use a screwdriver, make sure it's a stubby.
Yep.
Because that way, you can put your hand down here to get it started and just give a push and a turn at the same time and keep it perfectly vertical. So you won't have
less angle.
Exactly.
You can teeter-totter back and forth too.
Right. The less space between the screwdriver and the handle, the better you are. And we're going to get to the assembly in just 1 minute. I hope everybody's still staying with us. Where are we up to? 89 viewers.
We've had some go and come back. We've had some join in late. We've got our regulars are here. We got our redneck Jack's in the shop. He's here. We got some more rednecks here. Ted Dodgen, Iron Station. Now he is.
Hey, Ted. I know Ted.
Ted's just up the street from us as well. Ted, I'm in Gaston County. Jack's in Gaston County. So the Aussies need to watch out. The rednecks are taking over.
I did want to mention something about this picture frame that I talked to Steve about the other night, is that I made several of them, and I couldn't get them into the clamps fast enough by the time the machine had cut out the next pieces. So I think this took an average. Let me take a look at my console here real quick. So 4 minutes, 47 seconds is for the biggest piece. So 4 minutes, 47 seconds per layer. And you can do several of these per hour. And you can do them completely and be doing the glue up as the next one's cutting, and then putting the hardware on as the next one's cutting, and just keep swapping and swapping and swapping. And at the end of an hour, you'll sit there and go, phew, I did 4 of these in an hour. So you could technically, literally, in a day, if you're a crafter, do about 30 of these frames in just 1 8-hour day. And I also wanted to say something, too, about people talk about the 20 watt. Going from 250 millimeters per minute, cutting out this 3 millimeter, jumping up to 475 millimeters for a 20 watt is not going to cut your time in half. So that's not the way the math works with this. It's not going to be that much faster, but Lasermatic Rolly Automation is coming out with a 20 and a 30 and so on in the near future. The 20 watt lasers are going to be available at the end of August, and I should have that test prototype here in the shop in the next week or so, I think.
All right, and since we're speaking about the Lasermatics, ET-LCs, hey, Rich, should I wait until the latest Rolly comes out to purchase, and what will the new one have that is different from the Rolly 10?
I don't think that, well, okay, so the biggest feature on the new one, the biggest 2 features in my opinion, is going to be the front and rear pass-through. That's an inch thick, so you can do up to 3/4 inch wood, and the increased exhaust, the higher RPM exhaust fan. This one works fine. This one is piped straight to a vent outside. I don't have any problem with smoke or anything as far as that's concerned. I don't. Some other people do. If you're running this machine at the wrong settings and you're getting a lot of smoke going on, then you should use the library that it comes with, because the library that I created, there is no smoke. I don't have to clean that acrylic, but every month or so, I do clean the lens every 3 days because I am doing production work on it when I'm not doing videos. So I am running a bunch of jobs on it for the other shop, and all day long it runs 8, 9, 10 hours a day. So every 3 days I am cleaning the lens. I did do a video on that on my channel, posted it yesterday, I think. So
good video. I watched it. I watch all my YouTube when I wake up. I grab a Monster Energy drink, sit on the couch, 70-inch TV, and I watch everybody's videos. So,
awesome.
And the first thing I do on my TV when I go to somebody's video, I use the up arrow and I give them a thumbs up, and then I watch the video. That's always give thumbs ups. You know, people need that. It helps your channel out immensely.
Absolutely.
Helps out YouTube. Helps out their algorithm. So always give a thumbs up. And if you don't
Yeah,
like it, give it a thumbs down. That helps the algorithm too. Up, down, comment, everything you can do.
All right.
Half the people that watch my channel are not subscribed.
And it looks like you're about to do what I was getting ready to suggest. We're an hour 15 into this, and you really need to show putting that hinge together.
Yes, sir. Like I said, this doesn't take very long to set up. So this is all good now. At least I hope it is anyway. You know, this is a live video, so something might screw up, but I don't think so. All right, so here is the final results of what we just did. And I want to show you that this is, or should be, a perfect fit. So you, and I may have this oriented wrong. Do I have it? No, that's the right way. So that's pretty close to a perfect fit. If you have a little extra like that, where it's just slightly off, you can always just take a little sandpaper. And I did this really fast, so it might be, it could go this way. Yeah.
Can one of you guys share a Raleigh affiliate link in chat for people that are watching?
It's lasermakersrealm.com/Raleigh. Okay, so here we go. Let's talk about the orientation of this now. So this is, let me get this back out. This one is a little tight fitting because I did it too quickly. So this probably wasn't perfectly lined up. I was doing it quickly for the stream. So the orientation of this is like that. Like this, right here.
No, you had it right.
Nope, I had it right. Like that.
Yeah.
So now there is the front, and there is the back, and this is where this piece fits in right here. So you can put in here a sheet protector, cut it to size with a scissor. That's what I like to use, sheet protector. You can go to Lowe's and you can get them to cut pane glass for you, and you can eliminate one of these layers. So you can cut pane glass to put in here, 3mm pane glass, and that will eliminate one layer. So you only have to cut two, a top and a bottom. Or you can use the sheet protectors. I like the sheet protectors because they're cheap. So we'll put that down over here. Oh, and actually we have to glue this together yet. And I haven't done that yet.
lasermakersrealm.com/Raleigh10.
Raleigh10.
ROLY10.
Okay, so we're gonna pretend like this is glued together, even though it's not, just so I can go cover the hardware. Okay, so we're gonna put this in to there. That's the backing. This is the actual stand itself. So if we're going to use this as a stand in this orientation, so meaning that the picture is going to be vertical like that, then this stand needs to be 1/4 of an inch off the bottom. Okay, I just want to make that clear. So 1/4 of an inch off the bottom like that. If you're going to use it in this orientation with the small side on the bottom, it needs to be 1/4 of an inch off the bottom. Okay, if you're going to use it in this orientation, let's flip it around again. It needs to be 1/4 of an inch off the bottom. So this is the interesting part about this, and this is the way I designed this in a different program, and then I imported it into LightBurn, so that all of the frames that you design, when you put them together, are all going to stand at the same orientation on a shelf like that. So no matter what orientation that you do this, as long as you put this on properly, they'll all the pictures on that credenza or shelf will all have the same amount of degree of tilt. Okay, so that is it may look like it's just a basic file with no design in it, but it actually does have a lot of design thought put into it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to design this one to orient this way. That means that I would put this here. You can put it wherever you want on the back of here. If you want to have it centered, you can put it there. If you want to center it on here, you can put it there, wherever you want, as long as you're 1/4 of an inch off the bottom. And here is the trick to the supplies, which will be in the PDF, the links to the supplies. Obviously, the hinge needs to be on the top. Are you guys seeing this in the video?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so the hinge obviously needs to be on top. You're going to align the hinge with this piece right here. It's designed to fit it perfectly. You're going to align your piece like this, 1/4 of an inch off the bottom. Get it as straight as you possibly can. Get your hinge as straight as you possibly can. And now, if you're afraid of hammers or you're afraid of damaging your product, you probably don't want to make these. We're going to take a piece of the scrap wood. We're going to press down on here, lay the scrap wood on the top like that, and we're going to beat the heck out of it until it lays flat. And you may not hear it in the video, but I can hear a change in the sound of the hammer hitting the wood when it's perfectly flat.
When it gets solid, yep.
When it's solid. So now, at this point right now, I heard that change in the sound of the bench, the workbench, and you can now see that hinge is perfectly solid on there, and now it will now function as a hinge. So really very simple. And you see I do have a little bit extra there. It needs to go a little bit more on one side there. So you do want to inspect it. Don't be afraid to beat the heck out of this, because nothing can happen to it. We're only denting the scrap wood. So there we go.
If it ever keeps falling out, you can back it up with super glue.
No, it should never fall out again. In fact, I had one that I did wrong. I don't know where it is, that particular one. But I did have one that I did wrong, and it took me a good 5. Here it is right here. Can you see that right there? Can you see those holes?
Yeah.
So I did this one wrong because I wanted to orient this way. And it took me 5 minutes to get these out because these are not, let me see if I can get this in the right spot. Maybe you can see it, probably not. These teeth in here are not perfectly straight. They're spread out. And so when you hammer this in, it goes deep in the wood and it's spread out and you can't pull it back out. Okay. Now, you can pry it back out. I had to use a screwdriver and I had to pry it, but it took me 5 minutes to get it pried out. It just wouldn't come out. So you don't have to worry about this piece coming out. This piece is not coming out. Okay. So that's it for the setup on this. And there is our finished picture frame, not glued together yet, but stands up perfectly on its own.
Excellent.
So what did I miss, Steve? Because I know you were saying that there's
one thing that you failed to mention. What? You showed the 2 different orientations in landscape mode like that. Yeah. Where you got the picture high or the picture low.
Yeah.
You forgot to talk about cutting off an inch of it in one. If you go, if you go
this way.
Yeah, you have to shorten it. Yeah, but a lot of it's just trial and error. Figure out. You'll see when you place it on there. Oh, it's too long. Can't do that.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can. Okay, so going this way, you would have to cut exactly 1 inch off of the stand. Yeah, I did forget to mention that. Sorry.
That's okay. You still got your job. We ain't firing you yet. All right.
So there, and of course, just in case Mr. Bruce is watching, I used your hammer tonight. I want you to know.
He uses it every day, Bruce. Don't let him lie. He didn't use it tonight. I'm surprised you can still read the writing on it. All right.
I still do use my little toy hammer that my grandson gave me for most things, though. I will say that. Because like when I'm doing my little boxes, like those tissue boxes that I did, the tissue box covers.
Yeah.
You know, I really want to just slowly get those into the grooves. And that's why I use the little hammer, and I don't want to dent the wood either. And I don't want to use a piece of waste wood because I want to see what's happening as I'm setting those in.
Okay, here's my favorite hammer.
Oh yeah,
Jerry will like this one. It's TPU.
Yeah.
So this one's
that was resin actually. That was a piece of resin that I had, flexible resin.
Oops, cover my eyes up. Yeah, that's just a TPU hammer, and I've been using that thing for a couple years, and it's still going.
I've got the toy hammer that my grandson gave me. I don't know what I think it's in the other shop.
Multicolored Fisher Price.
Yeah, it's like a kid's
tool. You got a tool belt with it. Little tool belt with it. Go with it.
Yeah, it had a toolbox. It had a tool belt. Yeah, a few different things.
All right, so we're an hour 26 in, and Kate's mentioned here. Actually, we're way behind on these comments, but she said she's really impatient, and we're making it hard for her to wait to buy one. And she needs
credit card.
She needs to save up to buy. Not everybody has that option, Jerry. The one thing we have not told you about yet, and what we told you need to hang around for is, you know about the raffle. You know there is the chance for you to win a brand new one. And when is that giveaway date, Rich?
That is going to be on July 29th at 9:00 p.m. on our live stream.
Okay. So, and again,
we're going to give that away live.
Where do they find the raffle information?
The raffle information is at lahobbyguy.com/lasermatic. Let me make sure.
All right, you check that and put it in the comments. That's going to be for a brand new Lasermatic 10 that will be given away at the end of July on a live stream. So you may not have to save up for that, and you're not going to have to wait that long for that giveaway because time flies, man. But
okay, so go ahead, Steve.
I linked it in the comments.
You did?
I was just about to do that. Okay.
All right. But in addition to the brand new one that's being given away at the end of July, what we hope to do, what we plan to do, is as the new models of the Lasermatics come out and we have the opportunity to test drive them and let you guys know what you need to be getting, we won't have room for these. So we're going to be giving away our Lasermatics, each one of us. So there'll be a total of 4 Lasermatic 10s that we're giving away.
It's going to be a Laser Maker's Realm edition.
Yep.
And what makes it that edition is that we're going to have a custom badge that's going to be on it.
Yep. We'll badge them, and we'll each autograph our own machine. And those, and we've kept all right. We have all kept our original boxing, right?
Kept everything.
Well, I haven't because mine's 3 months old. But when I get the 20 watt, I'll keep that box.
So we'll.
By the way, the version 2 comes completely assembled. By the way.
Yeah, they'll be packaged up really nice. So you've got 4 chances to win a Lasermatic. So if
go ahead.
Are you going
to go any further than that, or are you going to leave it at that?
I don't know. How much further you want to
go? Let's go all the way.
Well, we did have a meeting, the 4 of us, with the owner Leo, and he did commit to giving away every edition. So
who's the 4 of us? I see 3 people. Who's the 4 of us? I see 3 people and a guest.
The 3 of us, Laser Maker's Realm and Leo, had a meeting, a face-to-face meeting, and we decided that, and Leo decided that he's going to sponsor the new machines as they come out, a 20 watt, a 30 watt, etc.
And for everybody who is watching this channel around the world, you don't have to worry about this being, sorry, US only. Because he has agreed to make this giveaway worldwide. Now that's going to be on the free rollies that he's given away from Lasermatic.
Yeah, not us.
Worldwide, worldwide, where are they going to be shipped? Because there are countries you can't ship to because even 3D printers can't go everywhere.
Yeah, right, exactly.
But ours that we're giving away will be US only.
Yeah, because we're sponsoring that.
Yeah.
And that's going to come out of our fund for the Laser Maker's Realm, and we don't get a whole lot of donations there.
No.
So,
and speaking of which, guys, I have gone to the stupid hardware store 4 times this week. I'm going out of my way, tons, and spending, chasing product, trying to get stuff ready. And I haven't seen anybody making any donations tonight. That hurts my feelings just a little bit. Kate also mentioned that, hey, Steve, you cut your hair. Well, Kate, you haven't watched my anniversary video because my anniversary video starts out as that guy. That's my self-portrait right there.
Yeah, you look dateable now. You're all cleaned up, took a shower, cut your hair.
That was the plan. So
yeah, Jerry, he doesn't go that way.
Yeah, sorry, Jerry.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, as Jerry Seinfeld said. Yes, yes. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But
for those people that don't know, it's from Seinfeld.
Yes. But anyway, you need to go back and watch that anniversary video. It starts out as the woolly booger, and then I go and I got it all cleaned up and transform into this. So yes, you need to go watch the anniversary video, Kate. And you guys, if you got anything else, I'm trying to get through some of these comments before we get too long.
Yeah, let's get to the comments because we're already at our 90-minute mark. So let's do the comments now.
And I've been going through them. And right now, if anybody else is looking through them, I'm at the 9:55 p.m. timestamp. So if anybody jumps ahead and throws anything out there, just in case we get long.
And I just want to mention something else too, is that the file is now 1 minute ago, it was published to the Laser Makers Realm. So the download for the picture frames is now live and published to the lasermakersrealm.com. So you can go there and download the zip file now. But I would suggest that you wait till tomorrow because I'm going to also add the Zodiac part to it. But you can download it now, and I'll just rename that file to version 2, and we'll have both downloads there. So you can come back tomorrow and get the other one. So
Marcella had commented that she liked the round corners on my frame. And there's Patrick. He's got that one finished up tonight. So these things go together really quick. These are not hard projects. Yeah, it's a really fast project to do. And like I said, you can make several of these per hour if you happen to be like a craft show person or something like that. Let's say you wanted to go to the craft show. You could literally make 25 or 30 of these per day without the extra decorations on them. Yeah. And even if you're not doing the craft shows, if your grandma, grandpa, mom, dad, make up 4 or 5 of these. If you bring in the grandkids over, these are a great rainy day project. Great rainy day project. Yeah. And let me tell you what, your grandkids will not have more fun than mine had doing this. They will not have more fun. And don't forget, folks, to do the edges too. Make sure you always paint the edges. And I do both. Some wax or something on the back to make the back look nice, because this is going in his room permanently now. And we're going to do one of these every year that he graduates all the way through college.
Jerry, I typically use your method. CA glue and activator. Yep. Oh yeah, I don't do that because I never. Steve can tell you because we've been on face-to-face, private meetings, and I've done like his cards and stuff like that. Remember, Steve? Oh yeah. I can never get the CA glue to line up properly. Well, you get it to stick to your fingers really well. I do.
When I've done the dog bones and the heart, I just use super glue and laid them in place. I don't want to hit it with activator since I painted it because it might react and leave it stained. But yeah, I never thought about wood glue because we've used wood glue our whole life in school. Yep. We all have it in our garage for wood projects, and I didn't think about it, so I went with what I know because I always use super glue and activator on my models. But even on my models, when I use super glue, I put the part together, line it up, and then I hit it with activator after the fact. When I first got into 3D printing, I was putting it on one side activator, one side super glue. I'd misalign it, and I just ruined my 3D print because it's crooked a little bit. But, yeah.
And, don't forget, folks, that, you can just use regular Elmer's glue. How many run LightBurn? A lot of people run it on a Mac. Lots of people.
Do you get the circle of death? None of us run Mac, so right? We're all PC.
No, we're all Windows. But yeah. I just wanted to say something too. Make sure that when you take these off the laser, that you use the right orientation. Excuse me, on your workbench, and you know when you glue this up. Let me take this out. When you glue this up, you have this facing the right way so that it all matches up, just in case. But this particular glue right here, like I said, is perfect for any type of indoor project. You don't have to worry about it. And you can get these 12 packs like I get very cheap. I think it was $4 or $5 to get the 12 pack. This one I didn't take the excess off earlier. But this works so well and sets up so quickly. And, you know, I've never, ever had one of these come apart using this school glue. It's just the cheapest, easiest way to go.
And even though my favorite glue is
iPhone.
What's that? It tastes good too.
It tastes good too. That's right. And in addition to that, not only does it look good, but it's clear. It dries clear. So you're never going to have the problem of, you know, having any glue that you can see if some winds up being, you know, where you can see it.
Back to the hammers and back to the comments. So, Jerry, you mentioned you had a lot of hobbies, and Miss Ella Gregory saying that she can't add anything else. LOL, I have a Cricut, a laser engraver, a sublimation printer, a regular printer in one room, then 2 sewing machines, an embroidery machine, and a table in the other room. And then she goes on. To say she told her husband that she's going to be taking over his man cave. I love it. I love it.
Now I know that there's going to be a woodworker out there that's going to say something about clamping and how to clamp these things up, and the more clamps, the better. And yeah, that's true. But you know, like I said earlier, this is an indoor project, and as long as you have it basically clamped, it's not going to have any problems. There are some woodworkers that will put 14, 15 clamps on this.
Now, here's an interesting. There was a question about the Mac Pro or the Mac having the loading circle of death, and if it was a common problem. Andy's chimed in, replying to Dave, and said that he didn't think. So I don't think age has much to do with it. I use a 2019 MacBook Pro, and I also have a 2009 iMac. Well, since he brought up the MacBook Pro, I used to have problem after problem after problem with LightBurn when I was using a PC laptop. And I don't know if Mac laptops are the same problem. LightBurn, it does not like laptops.
It does not play well with laptops.
So I don't care if it's PC or Mac. Maybe if you're using a Mac laptop and you're having constant loading or problems, the problem might not be the operating system so much as it's the laptop.
Yeah, and there are 2 versions of Apple machines that don't work with LightBurn. One of them is Snow Leopard, and I can't remember what the other one was, but there are 2 operating systems that don't work with LightBurn.
Tom Horton says crab mallets work great.
Yeah, that's true. I never thought of that. I don't know if it would. Yeah, I guess that would be just as good as the toy hammer. Yeah.
And let's see here.
Yeah, let's get through the comments because we're about 8 minutes past the end of the stream already.
And if hit the like button, guys. Thanks, Viva, for reminding me.
And listen, any questions? Now is the time to ask, guys. Now is the time to ask.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep scrolling until we get to the bottom. I'm looking for any questions, trying not to ignore anybody.
And take a look at the bottom of the screen over there. So you know, if you want to see these live streams keep going every 2 weeks, and you want to see these projects and you want to get these free files, you got to help us out paying for the supplies. I mean, listen, when I go to the restaurant and have dinner with my wife, like tomorrow night, I'm going to leave a $20 tip for my waiter. All he's doing is bringing the food, bringing the order to the kitchen and bringing the food to my table. That's it. We spend hours and hours and hours putting all of this together for you guys and giving you these free files. And, you know, what is it worth? $5 even, you know, $2, $3, $1. Everybody can afford something, whether it's $1 or whether it's $5, $20, $100. or if you want to send us on vacation, $10,000. Whatever you can afford, we really appreciate it. And every donation that comes into the channel goes directly to these two guys, that guy over there, that guy down there, those two guys, so that they can buy supplies and we can keep these videos coming to you every 2 weeks.
Okay. Do you know if they have any Rolly for a stretched machine? We love the stretched models.
No. So the new version will have a remove. Now you can remove the bottom on this one. It's a little bit, technical. It takes 20 or 30 minutes, but the new version will have a quick remove on the bottom. So you can lay this on top of a table and you can use LightBurn print and cut, and you can do your first part of the table and then move the entire machine down. And the new version will also have an extender for the Z that'll bring it all the way down so that you can engrave tabletops and things like that. So you do not need, a 400 by 900 extension like the Laser Master 3 or whatever to do these jobs. I mean, it's better if you don't have to use print and cut, but print and cut is so easy to use. I have a video of it on my channel. You can go look at that. You can do
the camera's so accurate.
Table with this.
The camera's so accurate. You should be able to use the camera to line it up too.
Yeah, well, print and cut's the best way to go if you're going to be doing like tabletops or something like that. I would absolutely suggest that you use the print and cut feature because it's exact. The camera is usually off by a 0.5 millimeter or so.
And I don't, and it's like you guys are talking about the new ones that's coming out. Zabe's got the pass-throughs and all that.
Yeah.
I don't, and you guys have disabled your switches so you can open the door and all.
Yeah.
I'm happy with mine just like it is. I've got the CO2 over there if I want to do big projects. This is for nice, neat frames, and quality precision work.
Exactly.
It's not a big machine, and I don't expect it to do big things.
Use the right tool for the right job.
Yeah.
I mean, how many projects are you going to do that are over 14, 14 inches by 14 or whatever, the 15 3/4? I mean, there's not going to be many projects you're going to do that are that big.
I just like using that to cut the 12 by 24 inch plywood because I don't have to go over to the CO2 and turn on the chiller, turn on the CO2. I mean, everything's just right here and it's convenient.
And don't forget that it does currently have a pass-through in the front. If you remove the back part of the handle, it's got an 8-inch pass-through. So you can do pieces up to 8 inches long and have them come out the front just by removing the backing on the handle.
Yeah, the comment on screen, it comes with a rotary. It comes with a honeycomb bed. It comes with a LightBurn compatible camera.
Everything.
Also.
Yeah, everything. It's an all-in-one machine, and there's no better machine on the market. Number one, there's no machine that is as precise as this machine. None. Bar none. And because of the way that it's engineered. So there's no machine that's as precise, and there's also no other machine that you can do more with because of the precision and because of the honeycomb, and all of the accessories are included. In the next one, they are replacing the roller accessory with the chuck roller instead of the low profile. I like the low profile roller. It works well for me.
And it comes with all the presets for your rotary and indexes. So everything's lined up. There's no guesswork.
And Russell, I'm not sure it cost anything for extra hardware. What extra hardware could you possibly need? That everything's in this box. There is nothing else you need.
The only thing that I've seen so far that people want to upgrade is the exhaust. They want to put in an inline fan. That's the only thing, but this works fine just the way it is.
Jerry did a tumbler on his Rolly. And
I've had rotaries in the past have tumblers walked on me and screwed up my job for my $10 tumbler, and I've done 2 on this one so far. It worked perfect.
Yeah, we need to stop calling it a Rolly, by the way. It's a Lasermatic. Rolly is the company that makes it.
Lasermatic 10. Yeah.
Lasermatic 10.
Yeah.
I did, let's see. Is this nope, that's not it. But yeah, I did big 20-ounce water bottle and had no problem. I turned out really nice. I don't know what
I've done up to 32-ounce tumblers on mine. So my son's was a 32 ounce. I think I even did a video on it a couple weeks ago. His AT&T mug.
We have to get a music montage for what was MC or what's his name?
Yeah, MC
Hammer.
Yeah, it's Hammer Time.
Hammer Time.
That's going to be the new song for the background of Rich's Assemblies videos.
L.A. Hammer.
And Kate saying yes, she's entering every day. And that, oh yeah, and Rich, while I'm scrolling through these and looking for the next one, tell them about how many times that, because I was shocked. How many times can they enter to win this thing?
Oh, sure. Hang on one second.
Bunch.
Okay, now I can't see that. So, okay, there we go. All right. So now here is the raffle site. It is lahobbyguy.com/lasermatic. The link is in the description. Patrick's going to put it in there again now. And in here, this is the description of everything in here. We're the sponsors of this, along with Rolly Automation. And then down here, there are 8 different ways that you can enter. Now, there are 2 ways that you can log in. You can either use your email address or you can log in with Facebook. So you can click this and log in with Facebook, and right away you can start entering, but you still do need to verify your email address to be a successful winner during the draw. If you're not verified, you're not going to get drawn. So make sure you check your email and click on that link that's in. Don't reply to the email and say enter me or anything like that. Click the link in the email that says confirm, and then you'll be confirmed. So you can either log in with Facebook, use your email address. If you don't see the email, check your spam folder. I promise you it is sending out thousands of emails every day. And it may take a few hours for it to get to you. So you can either subscribe to the Rolly Automation newsletter, and I don't know if this will. I'm not logged in, so I can't do this. When you click on this, it'll take you to the Rolly Automation website, and right to the part where you put your email address in to subscribe. You can see the Lasermatic on Amazon, and that also is an affiliate link that'll put $4 or $5 in the pockets of Patrick and Steve here at the Lasermakers Realm. You can visit the official Rolly Automation Facebook group. If you own one of these machines, you definitely want to be in that group. You can see what everybody has to say about it and things that they're doing with it. You can visit Rolly Automation on Facebook, and here are the numbers of entries you get. So if you subscribe to the newsletter, you get 3 entries for that. Okay? You get 2 entries for going to Amazon. You get 3 entries for going to the Rolly Automation Facebook group. And all of these are different ways that you can do this. You can tweet a message, share on Facebook. So all of these will give you entries, and they will gray out. You won't be able to do it again today, but tomorrow you can come back and do it all over again.
So you can do this every day. You can get
every single day.
Hundreds of chances to win.
Yes. And if you forget, right here it says the winner will be chosen live on the Lasermakers Realm live stream Saturday, July the 29th at 9:00 p.m. We will be doing this live, and you will see who the winner is at 9:00 p.m.
All right. Now, this is a good question to you. And as you probably recall, I try to be all-inclusive when we're doing this. I don't want it to be all USA projects. We got people all around the world watching us. And Dave from Dananda, he's asking a good question. When we said when we're giving these away, we were doing the ones, our machines, we were saying U.S. only. Dave says, well, what if the winner's prepared to pay the shipping? Now, you and Patrick have got more experience with shipping.
We really can't do that. And for us, because we're going to do the draw of the winner. And then if I come back and I say that first off, I don't know what your duties and customs are going to be. So that's number one. I can ship it, and it might cost $85 to ship it to South Africa, but the duties and import fees might turn out to be another $150 for you to pick up the actual package. So, and that, we just can't do that because we don't know if the person, number one, is going to be able to afford that, all those extra taxes that are taxed on by the port of entry. And we don't know, it's just too much work on our end. So our 3 machines, no, are just going to be U.S. shipping, and we're going to take it out of the LMR budget.
And I wished we could do that. I really do.
Yeah, me too.
And so I mentioned earlier that my feelings were hurt. That's only I haven't seen any donations in the chat stream, but Army Dogs has corrected me. He's donated tonight, so I'm guessing that's done through the PayPal or through Zelle. Andy says, hey, he donated about 30 minutes before the live stream even started.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank everybody. Everybody, thank you for your support if you've donated tonight and everybody that has blessed me with an anniversary gift. Thank you for that too. I've made sure to reply to everybody personally when I did, but thank you for that. Kate donated. Thank you, Kate.
Thank you all for your donations. I want to thank Wendy too for being our moderator in the chat comments. Thank you so much, Wendy. She was in on the stream earlier, but she jumped out. And I want to thank Michael, for the administrator over at my forum, for popping in. He's got thunderstorms rolling through, so his connection went out on him, so he had to leave the stream. We will have a replay of this video after the live stream for y'all. So if you missed anything, you came in late, you can watch the replay. You can always rewatch the entire live just by going to the channel, clicking on the live tab, and going to this particular video. It'll always be there.
Hey, I'll run through these real quick. So thank you, Kate, Jean, Harry, Merrill, Broman, Irvin, Cottrell, James, Kenneth, Jesse, Twice, Bradley, Diane. We do have donations in PayPal. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Now,
yes, I Gilead's asking if they have relatives in the U.S. Can this? Yes, you can, as long as it's a U.S. shipping address.
Yeah, and then y'all.
And that's not for the raffle. That's not the raffle that's happening right now.
No,
that raffle is worldwide, so everybody can enter in that one. This is only for the special edition branded LMR lasers, the 3 that we're going to be giving away. The ones that Rolly Automation gives away, they'll ship anywhere where it's legal.
So Jim's asked, does LMR have a Patreon? And at this time, we haven't set up a Patreon. We just got to the point of being able to be monetized on YouTube, and haven't even got that completed yet. I'm still waiting to get the AdSense all set up, and so we're not even making any money from the videos that we're sharing on YouTube.
And don't forget, folks, this is a brand new channel. We just started this in February.
Yeah, or December, January.
And thank you for that suggestion, Jim, because we are going to get that done. We are going to get a Patreon website so that we don't have to ask for donations. Yeah, we'll just ask you to become patrons.
But so this
or Patreons, as Steve calls them.
Yeah, Patreons. I keep you want to be a Patreon? Go over to patreon.com. But
okay, folks, we're down to we're going to put a limit on this at 2 hours. We're at 1 hour and 53 minutes. So
I'm trying to get the comments.
Yeah, let's finish up with the comments real quick. Thank you, Steve, for handling that.
Russell says he knew I was a glue eater.
Russell looks like your brother. Looks like Santa Claus.
Let's see. Yeah, everybody's chiming in. I'm just now getting called up and get a point where people go, hey, I donated. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all so much for those donations. That's what keeps these videos coming. The supplies are very expensive for this.
GBDSW says his MacBook Air works fine, but you're an exception. Those laptops, they're problematic.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I want to see you drop the art library on top of the regular library in a MacBook Air. I want to see you do that live.
Carl says the biggest laptop problem he has is the USB settings. Yeah, that was my problem, Carl. It kept dropping USBs, reassigning USBs, and the USBs go to sleep. You're right. That was my biggest headache with my laptop.
If you just go to your device settings and you put it into full power.
Yeah, don't let it go to sleep. Yeah. Let's see. Trying to get there.
Don't forget what's scrolling across the bottom of the screen right now. So if you have a suggestion for a live stream that you want us to do, send that to thelasermakersrealm at gmail.com. And the beauty of this is that if we use your idea and we create that project you sent us, we're going to send you the finished product for free. and that's anywhere in the United States. I'm going to say that again. If we use your idea and you're outside the country, we'll send you the free file, of course. So thelasermakersrealm@gmail.com is the general email address for this channel.
I'm looking, guys, and I finally got to the bottom there.
Okay.
A lot of comments, a lot of hays and thank yous, and that they donated, but I didn't see any other questions that needed to be addressed.
Well, we're still at 78 people that are watching. I want to thank you all for sticking around for the entire broadcast. I can't tell you how much we appreciate that. Jerry, I want to thank you for coming on. Do you have any final thoughts, Jerry, before we close out? Give a plug to your channel real quick.
Yeah, I'm Jerry with 3DHP. I'm on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook group, Instagram. I'm here, there, and everywhere. I'm into 3D printing, lasers. What else? Resin, CNC work.
Don't forget, Jerry does a live stream every Saturday with up to a dozen makers from all over the world.
Yeah, every Saturday, we have a weekly makers hangout where I invite people in that I don't know on camera, and we chit chat about this, that, and everything for anywhere for 2 to 3 hours. A lot of people in chat probably already know who I am. And coming on here today, since it's not my show, I'm just kind of being quiet and listening so they can follow their lead, because they got a great channel here. Love LightBurn. If I don't stick with lasers and I quit using it for about 6 months and I'm doing other things, I forget a lot that I learned. So I got to go back and relearn things. I forget it. I don't know when I take notes, and I don't know where I put them. So I need to have a book, write the settings and things down, so I don't have to relearn things that I already knew 6 months ago. It's like watching a TV show and you watch 2 episodes of something, like, oh, well, wait a minute, I've seen that 6 months ago. And you starts looking familiar, and you're on the wrong season. So, you know, as you get older, that's just kind of how it is. But yeah, thanks everybody.
I just want to emphasize that Jerry's live stream on Saturdays, his weekly maker hangout. If you have a question on anything, there are experts on everything that you can imagine on it. Well, somebody had a question on a circuit board in a 3D printer, and somebody from overseas was able to say, oh yeah, that chip does this and that. I mean, anything. It doesn't matter what it is. There's
always somebody watching in chat, or they might be on camera that might have the answer for you. And, you know, now I invite people to come on screen. Like Rich has been on there. Patrick's been on there. We're still trying to get Steve on. But one of these days, when he's not freed up on a Saturday, he might pop in. You know, you can pop in for 5 minutes or 2 hours. It's great having you on camera or in chat. And we had a lot of fun. I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Just turned 59. I'm retired, and I'll be doing this till the day I die.
Don't forget, Jerry, you also have the smartest person in the world, Liam, that usually comes on there, can answer any question as well.
Yeah, he's been gone for around 2 months, and now I guess he's going to Ireland or somewhere for a couple months. He kind of got burned out on live streaming, but he popped in today, but he hasn't been on in quite some time.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yep.
Okay, well, I think we're going to call that. We're at 1 hour and 58 minutes. We're almost 30 minutes over our normal 90-minute live stream. Hopefully that won't become the norm. We want to try and stick to that 90-minute stream. And that's, I don't have anything else to say tonight. If everybody wants to show the one that they're most proud of right now on the screen from this very simple file that I put together, now would be the time to do that in the last minute. Be creative, use your imagination, and make something beautiful with your laser engraver, because this is really just so easy to do. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. We really, really appreciate you being here, and we're going to see you live in 2 weeks.
2 weeks
for the next live stream.
Enter to win.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for being here.